Aboisai, this is the traveling Tanya Shir for Yud Aleph Sivan, the 11th day of Sivan. We are in the middle of Perek Gimel. Now, today's Tanya brings a moshel for the idea of bittul. How Olam Hazeh or Knivroim do not have a true existence. He brings a moshel from the sun. The light of the sun that shines from the sun itself onto the earth, and it extends and spreads all over the world, and everybody can see that there's light. Now it's obvious, it's clear that the light that we have in this world exists in the sun. That in the sun, there's also this thing called light. It's not like there's the sun that is a sun, and then there's something else called light that happens to extend from the sun. No, there's light. The sun itself is light. If the light can extend so far, so many thousands of miles away, that means that there's also light in the place, where in the actual location of the sun, there's light there as well. When you're in the actual place of the sun, so then the ziv is considered like mamish nothing, mamish ein ve'efes. Ki botel mamish b'metzius legabe guf kader hashemesh hu meker ha'ir v'aziv hazeh. Uses the word mamish 3 times. It's mamish botel. It's really botel b'metzi, has no existence, separate existence in comparison to the actual guf of the sun. All the light is just an extension. It's just a ray that is coming from the actual ball of the sun. The difference, what changes? How come when we look at the sun, when we're down here, we have the sun and we have the light. When we describe the sun, we don't say the sun and its light. We're just talking about the sun, the actual. But when we create distance in between the actual sun and the person who's viewing what's going on, then we have a real yesh, a real existence of light, and we still have the real sun, but the sun is in the sky and the light is shining down here. But when it's in its source, in the guf of the shemesh, it does not get categorized as light. It's just, there is nothing. There's no such thing. There's no concept of light. It's just the sun. The sun happens to create light, but that's not what it's a sun. Right? Like a moshel for the moshel. When you go rent a car, sitting in a rental car, the person behind the counter, when someone asks you, where'd you rent the car from? You don't say the guy, Larry behind the counter. You say, I rented from Hertz. I rented from Enterprise. Who is Hertz? I don't know. But you don't say the name of the person who actually handed you the keys and the paperwork, because he's totally bottle. He's transparent with the company. He belongs to the company. There's a company. That's it. That's all there is. There's no mitzias. He doesn't have his own separate identity outside of the company. In the sun, it's taking nothing, because all you have is the source, the body of the sun. There's nothing besides it. Okay. The same thing applies. The metaphor applies to everything that is created by Hashem's words. So the ruach piv, the breath of Hashem's mouth, flows down and creates them, and is the source. Just like this, the sun is the source of the light, of the rays of the sun. The Beruim, all the creations are just like a Oyer and Ziv, some light and a ray that extends from the sun and creates them Ayin to Yesh. This is very, very deep in Yanim. Trying to keep it simple and easy to digest. So therefore, based on this mashal of the sun, we can understand how all metzius, all bruim are batal b'metzius. They don't have their own existence. Just like the sun is totally batal b'metzius and is considered ayin v'efes. It doesn't have, right? It doesn't have the term yesh when it's in its source. Only when it comes down under the heavens, which is not its source. Same thing is, as we discussed yesterday, that we don't have the eyes to see how all of creation is just an extension of Hashem. So we seem to be separate from the source, because we cannot understand, we can't be masik, we can't grasp our source, which is the Ruach Hashem, the words of Hashem, which creates us. That's why all of the physical creations seem to look like their own separate existence. Just like the light of the sun seems to be its own entity. Here the Alter Rebbe throws a shtickle curveball, and he says that the mashal and the nimshal are not the same. In the mashal of the sun and its light, the sun is physically in a separate place. It's in a different domain. It's not in this atmosphere. However, the creations are, in order for them to exist, must be within their source at all times. It's just, we're in our source, we just can't see it, but doesn't mean that we're not in our source. So, how do we even exist? And we will see that tomorrow.